Hey everyone, Umbre here. Um, so for today, uh, I am going to make a tier list of every single Mario Party DS minigame because that's what people do for content these days. They just make tier lists and the views come in like fucking shit in a toilet. Um, but anyway, for I was gonna do some speed runs, but those went terribly. So we're just gonna rank these bad boys. Um, so these are in alphabetical order. That's not the best way to do it, but I'm too lazy to just move everything around, so we're just gonna go in alphabetical. So first up, we got airbrushers. For those that don't know, it's like the mini game where like you and your teammate are like flapping to get coins. It's a solid teamwork mini game. Um, you can, if you're really like feeling like a douche, you can just like not press any buttons and have you and your teammate both not get any coins. I think that alone moves it up to B tier. The fact that you can do that, so I think that's a solid B mini game. So nothing to lose. Okay, so what you need to know about me is I'm one of those total losers who plays Mario Party alone, and that makes me a total loser. Also makes many of these mini games worse because I have to work together with the AI. Nothing to lose is one of them if you're the three. You have to like go down a slope. It's way easier for the one player. The three players have to like all press their inputs simultaneously. It's terrible. Um, if you're the one player, it's decently fun because you're gonna win every single time. So I think this is like a D tier, honestly. Boo tag. Um, it's a decent concept when it works well. Sometimes the AI is just, especially on higher difficulties, I see, yeah, it's just literally target you. But I think it's a solid. I think it's a solid concept. So not much to say about this one. You basically just like get possessed by ghosts and try to like possess others and try to be like the one least possessed. It's like the zombie tag minigame from Wii Party, but like better. So it's a B tier. Boogie Beam. If you see my speed runs, you'll know how I feel about Boogie Beam. But I'm not trying to think about these in a speed run sense. I'm trying to think about these in like a what does a normal fucking player think about these sense. And I think even a normal player doesn't really like this mini game because you literally just press two buttons and like it's so fucking free. Especially on easier difficulties because the AI is just like, what is it? And I think if you're playing with like skilled enough players, you can get 10 every time, resulting in a tie. And so I think even in a non-speedrunning context, it's like at least a D tier. It's at best a D tier. And like in a speedrunning context, it's like a D or an F. Book Bash is a solid boss mini game. It's a little bit long for a mini game, but the boss mini games are a little bit longer anyway. I do enjoy watching Kamek get beaten the shit out of, so I think it's a B. All the mini games have gone a B or D at this point, but I don't really give a shit. Book it. Another teamwork mini game. If you have a good partner, i.e., a high level AI or, God forbid, a human player, Book It is cool. But sometimes you have a dog shit partner, and it's so fucking frustrating because the minigame takes like 10 years, and the AI is so stupid. And it's not like abhorrently stupid like the AI in these two minigames, but I think it's like a C. Bowser's Block Party. It's a good final boss. Not much to say about it. It's like Minecraft. You beat the shit out of Bowser, but he's blocks this time. It's an A tier. Call of the Goomba. So I have had many people, like too many people, come into my chat and say who are apparently much better at Mario Party DS than I am, come into my chat and are apparently like the sons of like Ludwig von Beethoven or some shit because they're just like, oh, I can do this minigame perfectly every time. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know, bro. It just feels so fucking inconsistent. Um, on higher difficulties, it's impossible to win. Don't tell me you can win. If you have a video of you winning against the fucking expert levels AI, send it to me. But other than that, I until then, I'm putting it in D tier. Cheap Chump is a battle minigame. And battle minigames are fun casually because, it's a little bit higher stakes. You're fighting for each other's coins, not just like new coins that magically appear out of the banker's asshole. Um, Speaking of assholes, basically just like try not to get sucked up in the butthole of like three cheap sheeps. The AI, if you're playing against AI, it's literally a fucking crapshoot. They're sometimes like Michael Phelps level of swimming, and sometimes they've like never seen a pool in their life, and they just like immediately dive into the cheap sheep. The difficulty literally does nothing. There's no statistically significant difference between how the higher level AI behaves in this minigame or the lower level AI. Um, it's not an F tier or even a D tier. It's like a C tier because like at least this is a battle mini game. Like there's some stakes. Cheap chance is completely luck based. You can lose boards over it because it's a duel, and it's kind of a piece of shit. I shouldn't say that. Luck based mini games are like a staple in Mario Party. So like, and you can't just have a Mario Party without luck based mini games. But I just hate luck based mini games, so it's a C tier. Oh, Cherry Go Round, the fucking birth of the anti-piracy screen memes that, again, people come into my chat and are like, "Oh, have you heard about the anti-piracy screen thing?" Yeah, I've heard about it. But other than that, it's a pretty solid mini game. If you're playing with human players, I think it'll be pretty fun. If you're playing against AI, it's not fun. Because on the fucking expert difficulty, the AI turns into the fucking Terminator mixed with like that on like fucking speed, and they can throw their fucking testicles like 10,000 miles. Um, so every like mini game that has like a high score has like a staff record, and the staff record for this mini game is like 180 inches, and that's a lot. Like my record's 100 inches, and I have way more hours in this game than anyone should. So, but I think it's a pretty fun mini game nonetheless. So I think it's an A tier. Chips and dips, D tier easily, just because even though it's a battle mini game, it's like cheap chance, except it takes twice as long. It shouldn't be called a mini game. It should be called a fucking regular video game. They could license this out, and you'll get more hours out of it than like fucking 1-2 Switch. So, there is a theory that you can kind of see where the cards go, but it's as far as I know, it's luck based and it sucks because it takes so fucking long. Crater Crawl. I haven't played this minigame a lot because I usually play on simple, but this minigame doesn't totally piss me off. I mean, it's funny to see like the lower level AI just fucking jump into the volcano. And the higher level AI present a decent challenge. Usually they'll win. I don't have many strong feelings about this minigame. I think it's safe to say it's a B tier. I've yet to see an S or an F tier, but I promise that they will come up. Fucking Crazy Crosshairs is another minigame I have a lot of experience with, but it's teamwork. The AI is usually not totally stupid. Your human player will probably be more stupid than the average AI will, because like it's kind of hard to coordinate this minigame. But I think it's a solid C tier. I don't have many strong feelings about this minigame. I like Crater Car a little bit more though. Cube Crushers. That's a fun teamwork minigame. Your AI is usually not a total stupid piece of shit. Yeah, your human partner might be, or you guys could be legends. Who knows? But it's an A tier because it's like an escape the labyrinth, and that's fun. Cucumber Jacks. Same deal as Cherry Go Round. It's like, but like instead of circling the fucking cherries, you fucking circumcise a dick or something, and by sliding the thing up and down. You can. It's your AI partner. This one actually depends on the difficulty because your AI partner will be like usually very stupid on lower difficulties, but they're smart on higher difficulties, which is what they're supposed to be. So we're gonna put an A tier, and look, we have a perfect fucking square. I didn't even plan this. Hot Shots is a mini game. Actually, no, this mini game is very fun to like try and like grind out a higher score because like you can get really good at this mini game and it's fun. But I haven't tried that, so I'm gonna put it at B tier because I haven't tried to grind it out. I think maybe grinding it out would be fun, but that's all I have to say. Cyber Scamper is dog shit. Um, it takes billions of years. It doesn't matter what fucking difficulty you're on. The AI could be babies. They could be fucking Mike Tyson. It doesn't fucking matter. This minigame will take a million years because the last AI will hang on till the end, and the fucking road is like 10,000 squares long. It's a mess. You can't. There's very, very little you can do if you're not a task that will influence your income. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. I'm sorry, outcome, not income. Double Vision. I'm gonna put this at A tier just because it's so fun to fuck around with. Um, that's all I gotta say. Because you can just you can draw penises, you can draw curse words. Mario Party DS won't judge. I mean, it will judge you by giving you no points, but who cares about winning the minigame anyway? You gotta draw those hairy ball sacks. Dress for Success. I literally have to block out the speedrunner in me to make to make an unbiased judgment about this minigame, because I have no problem with this minigame from a non-speedrunner perspective, but speedrunning, it's dog shit. It takes a minute to a minute 20 if you miss even one card. And a minute is too long for a minigame. I don't care if it's casual. I don't care if it's fucking speedrunning. Each minigame should be in and out like a fucking gigolo who's having a slow night. So I'm gonna go with fucking C tier. I'm feeling generous. Dust Buddies is fun. Dust Buddies, you run away from a vacuum. It uses the everyone's tiny concept very well. I can relate to that concept because it's a solid A. I'm trying to look at anything that really would consider S tier. Yeah, there are some. Fast Food Frenzy is really fun. Especially if you're the one, it's fun. It's not really that fun if you're the three. But if you're the one, you just send fucking McDonald's, Subway, fucking Five Guys, every single fucking fast food chain you can think of. You send it to your enemies, and they fall off. It's great. It's a classic. Okay, Feed and Seed I think is our second F tier, and I'll tell you why. Because it might be it just shows you how poorly designed story mode is. And I don't think story mode's that poorly designed. It's just this one boss. Because Feed and Seed is the hardest boss, and it's the first boss, which makes no fucking sense. I have talked to numerous people in my chat, and none of them, including myself, were able to beat this minigame as a child because of the fucking obscene button mashing requirements to survive the last phase. Speedrunning, I hate it because the fucking dude can snipe you like a fucking American sniper. Oh, that was terrible. I'm sorry, but anyway, I have very strong feelings toward this minigame. It's terrible. It should have been. It's the hardest boss. It should have been last. It's not even fun in Boss Bash because it's so fucking difficult. Flash and Dash, fun if you're the one, fun if you're the three, hard if you're the one though. But it's hard, but not impossible. So that makes it really fun. I'll go with A tier again. I know I'm fucking stacking the A tier, but this game has a lot of good mini games. So Flash and Dash is fun. Camera Shy. It's RNG. It's fucking RNG because you don't know where the fucking opponents will go, and you need to know where the opponents will go or else you lose. So it's basically a luck-based mini game, but it's one of the better ones. So it's a B tier. All Geared Up, I think I will give the coveted S tier to, because if you're playing with humans, if you're playing with yourself, that sounded weird. It's fun irregardless because you're just climbing up that gear. It's like New Super Mario Brothers, but in a better game. It's fun. It's fun for the whole family. It's fun to destroy the AI. Like some minigames, like destroying the AI is boring. This minigame, it's fun to destroy the AI because you're fucking speedrunning. Globe Gunners. It's better than the other battles. I think it's a B tier just because like it would be an A tier, but like some of the this is the only minigame where like I feel like your character selection actually matters because Waluigi shoots over everyone. You can't. It's just this minigame is so hard to win with Waluigi, and in this frame of the minigame, I don't know if you can see it very well, but in this frame of the minigame, like Waluigi's running inside like the Empire State Building. I don't fucking get it. Waluigi sucks. Don't select Waluigi if you're like a Globe Gunner's like stan. Goomba Wrangler, actually, you know what? We're gonna give we're gonna give two S tiers in a row between these two minigames because Goomba Wrangler is an S tier because no other minigame like you can fucking abuse the touchscreen as hard as Goomba Wrangler. Um, you have to be precise. Don't get me wrong, but like it's so fun. Like draw circles, blah 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 blah. Blah. Yes, draw circles, eat ass. It's fun. Capture Goombas, and if you're playing with human players, it's a fucking blast. Rotisserie Rampage is another S tier, simply based on the I have speedrunners bias here because Rotisserie Rampage is the main game that I always want to get in speedrunning, and fucking Rotisserie Rampage is it's just so fun to grill the opponents. Even on higher difficulties, they don't even like fucking stand a chance. I know it's probably like it probably should be like a con to the minigame before it's a pro, but Rotisserie Rampage is very very fun. Galaxy Blizzard is like Rotisserie Rampage, but slightly worse. Instead of grilling your opponents, you're giving them blowjobs, I think, and you're like trying to freeze over your enemies. It's fun. It's fun for the whole family. Actually, no, it's not fun for everyone because someone's gonna lose this mini game, and it result in hypothermia. But either way, it's a B tier. To breathe for a second. I've been fucking running my mouth. Hammer Chime. It's better than Feed and Seed, that's for sure. Um, it's fun. It's another like very touchscreen heavy mini game, and you can get like really good at it. You can get like 20 seconds, 19 seconds, 18 seconds if you're really good. Um, it's really fun to get good at. It's not that big of a bitch in story mode or boss bash, to be honest. It's a solid B tier mini game. Hanger Management. I don't have a lot of experience in this mini game again, mainly because it's not in the simple set. Um, it's fun, but oh my god, your AI partner is just so fucking stupid. It's actually like a sin how stupid your AI partner is. So we're gonna give it a C tier. We need more C tiers anyways, and this game's like just like so average and really forgettable. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Hedge Honcho. Hedge Honcho is very fun. I think it's an automatic A tier, just because it's not something that uses the touchscreen very, very well. You have to. It's real. There's a really high skill cap. The IL fucking world record for this is insane, and I don't really believe it because it doesn't have a video. But that's beside the point. This minigame is fun. This minigame is also it's fun, but it's also really, really easy. Like it's so easy for a boss. Like coming off of this fucking asshole, this minigame is so easy for a boss fight. You literally just ground pound the things it tells you to. Like a 4-year-old could do it. It's not heinous, but it's also like not good. Trackstar. Trackstar. Imagine a minigame that's both luck based and about button mashing. It's like the two fucking worst Mario Party cliched combined into like one gross amalgam. I think it's a D tier just for that. You choose the track that you want to go on, and then your opponents choose the track. And if they don't choose the track that you go on, you're screwed. And if they can button mash you, you're also screwed. So fuck that minigame. Soccer Survival is fun. That's all I have to say about it. You're dodging a Goomba. Sometimes it's hard to win against the AI because the Goomba like is like terrible at soccer. Actually, he can't fucking kick for shit. We're giving him a fucking We're giving him a B tier though. Memory Mash, ooh. So Memory Mash, if you're playing with human players, which I don't, obviously, because I don't have any friends, and coronavirus, it's fun because you're fucking humans have a functioning brain. You know what doesn't have a functioning brain in this minigame? Fucking computers. They see you could fucking flip up all the cards and shove them up the AI's ass and then replace them down face up, and the AI would still not know where the matches are. It's bad, but it's fun with your human players. I'm gonna give it a C tier. Mole Thrill, insert anti-piracy joke here, but aside from that, it's a terrible minigame. It's so bad. It's abhorrent. It's abominable. It's a fucking travesty that it was included in this minigame in the first place. If it was half as long, it would be slightly better, but also still bad. It's so long. It's all the gripes I have with all the previous mini games placed into one fucking gross ass salad. Like your AI partner is dog shit. It takes a million years. And people come into my chat and are like, "Oh my god, it's the anti-piracy screen." So yeah, it's so fucking boring. Even if you're even with your this game is so fun with human players. How did you make a minigame so abominably terrible that it's not even fun with human players? It's so bad. We're giving it an F tier. I think this is the worst minigame in the entire collection, to be honest. But hey, we're bouncing back because next we have Domino Effect. And to be honest, I don't know how Domino Effect wasn't in some previous Mario Party. It probably was in some variant, but it's really fun because, especially with human players, because the skill cap is so high, um, and it's a really fun mini game to just really grind down and get good at. Um, my record for this mini game is 11 seconds. If anyone out there wants to beat it, go ahead. I am 2 seconds off the Taz, so that's pretty poggers. The only gripe I have with this minigame is that the AI on all difficulties is so terrible at it. But who fucking plays Mario Party with fucking computers? What loser would do that? Um, Parachuting Gallery. I wish I had something good to say about Parachuting Gallery. It's not that. It's not abominably terrible like fucking these three, but it's also it's just not fun. You're bouncing around. I might get hate for this because I'm sure someone out there finds this one fun. It's not like Multhrow, where it's objectively terrible. Like, but this minigame is just so bad on all levels. It's long, it's boring, kind of. It's frustrating. It's kind of luck based. It's a D tier. Pedal Pushers is a button masher. Where would we put get? Oh, get the loud. We haven't done get the loud yet, but it's a button masher. But you're mashing two buttons instead of one. There's nothing more to say about it. It's a B tier. If you like button mashers, you'll like this minigame. Peekaboo. I think this minigame. I don't know. It depends on what mood I'm in for this minigame. Like sometimes the start, if you're the one, is much better. If you're the three, your fucking camera moves so slowly, and the AI is obviously terrible at it, so you can't rely on any help from your computer teammates because they're so terrible. Maybe your human teammates are a little bit better. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Maybe your human teammates are a little bit better, but other than that, I don't know, man. I think it's a solid C tier. Penny Pinchers is the most unbalanced minigame in this entire collection, and it's probably one of the most unbalanced minigames in Mario Party history. So if you're the one, you have to duck and dodge and weave and jump to get coins. You basically have to be fucking cosmic with your Mario Party platforming skills. You know what the three have to do? They have to tap the screen. Something that is done in every other Nintendo DS game, and in almost all other facets of this game. It's how did this get by testing? This It should be the 3 on top and the 1 tapping the screen. That would make it like a little bit better. But for now, it's a D tier. Uh, Dick Crush. Sorry, Plush Crush. It's fun. It's kind of unbalanced. I think the 3 win more often than not. But if you have a good fucking guy dodging, then it's pretty fun. It's definitely better than this garbage, so it's C tier. Um. Oh, you know what? This is a good. This is a good game. Raft Riot is a. It's a fun racing mini game. Mario Kart, but better because it's in a better game. Um. I think this is an A tier, and considering the amount of like C's, D's, and F we just gone through, I think it's a nice refresher. It's fun. You get to race down on a raft. It's cute. It's fun, and it's cool. Roller coasters is also cute, fun, and cool because you are sliding the touchscreen like a maniac. This minigame, actually on higher difficulties, I feel like it's actually really fun, even against the AI, because like the AI is like just about the level of skill you are. It's cycle based. I don't know if a lot of people are into that, but and I don't know how it's with human players, but I think it's pretty fun. So we're gonna go with A tier. Rubber Ducky Rodeo is like Rotisserie Rampage, but slightly worse, but like still A tier. Because like you get to knock your opponents off a rubber ducky. That should be enough to get it to A tier. Get the Let Out is a pure, unadulterated button mashing minigame. It also fucking exemplifies the horribly high button mashing standards more than a fucking like I'm not gonna say that more than a fucking like parent of a child who fucking like could never live up to their expectations. That's the standards for button mashing in this minigame. Like you have to go to college and get like a PhD in button mashing, or else you'll disappoint this fucking game because the expert level AI are literally like button mashing gods. It's a so I think that brings it down to C. Maybe even it's like a C minus. I don't think it's as bad as these mini games, but like, god damn, they couldn't balance it better. And Cherry Go Round's like that too, but Cherry Go Round's at least like not a button masher, so I don't know. Shortcut Circuit. This mini game's fun to screw over the AI, but other than that, it's kind of boring. Like, if you're not playing with AI, then it's not fun to screw over the AI. So this is also like a C minus. Like, it's not as bad as these 7 mini games, but it's also not like good. Short Fuse. If I was doing a speed running tier list, I would invent an F minus tier and then an F minus tier and then put Short Fuse in it because Short Fuse is so fucking bad in speed running. It's the worst mini game by far in speed running. But casually, it's bad, but not as bad. Like it again. Like if a minigame's long, there's not gonna be fun casually, and it's a mic minigame, which makes it like even worse because like blowing for long periods of time, and there are breaks, but still, it's not very fun. It's D tier. Shorty Scores is fun. This minigame's an A tier just because it's a soccer minigame, and soccer minigames in Mario Party are always fun. Like it's not as good as the soccer minigame in Super Mario Party because there you have like 12 AI, but this one's fun because like you can. It's soccer, man. You can't hate soccer. Shuffleboard Showdown S tier, easy. Like S tier if you're the one. It's the funniest minigame in the game if you're the one. It's like an A tier if you're the 3, maybe even a B tier, but like it's just so fun to like experiment with like all different kinds of patterns to send the chips over. It's it's a blast. Like there's like one particular like thing where you can like if you if you like slide the leftmost chip exactly to the right, then like you'll win the minigame every time and it will give you eternal bliss every time. Like this minigame like cured my depression, so that's good. Soap Surfers is like it's clunky, but it's supposed to be clunky. So I think it's an A tier. Soap Surfers is fun. I keep saying it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. But it is fun because like just like it's like bumper balls but better because like you can actually it doesn't end in a tie every single time. It's like what bumper balls wish it was. So it's good. Soil Toil is like Twist and Route, which we'll talk about later, but like worse. It's just worse because you have to work with a teammate, and even if like with a human teammate, it's hard to coordinate it. So I'm gonna go with D tier. It's like a D plus. Like I don't think it's like quite as bad as like Short Fuse and fucking Penny Pinchers and uh Boogie Beam, but it's also not very good. Spangler Scalars is kind of similar in that like it's terrible with an AI partner, and like not really fun with it, not even like that fun with a human player. Like the AI player will like be like so freaking weird. Like sometimes they'll be like pressing the button frame one, and sometimes you have to wait for like 10 seconds before the AI like wakes up. It's terrible. It's awful. I hate it with a burning passion. Star Catchers. If I was making a speedrun tier list, which I'm not, this would be D tier immediately, but I'm not. So I think it's A tier. It's actually really fun to like try and get as many stars as possible, especially on higher difficulties in AI. I guess the easy AI, it's easy as shit, but most of these mini games are. So what do you expect? Um, it's a good mini game. Study Fall is also a good mini game. Actually, I'm gonna put it at S tier because I love mini games like that where like it's like press the button at the last possible moment. Those are always like fun. They're also like stressful too because like especially like if you're like in a high stakes situation in a board, like a star depends on this. Then it's like then you have to like actually like play. It's hard. It's fun. It's enjoyable, and it's I think it's easily deserving of an S tier. Sweet Sleuth. I think it's not like great. It's not bad. You give candy to an obese shy guy. Like what more is there to say? Titlefuls also no strong opinions. Wave wash up coin get coin. Please buy our video game. Toppling Terror. It's like a button masher, but with mic mechanics. You just blow as hard as you possibly can. Like you blow like you blow like that Womp has a giant swinging mega cock that will absolutely shoot the biggest nut of your life if you blow him hard enough. I think it's a more creative version of a button masher, at least back in 2006 or 2007 when this game came out, because like the mic mechanics were still kind of new. So I think it's a B tier. Trace Cadets is a very good minigame. It's it's very hard to beat but it's very hard, but just short of impossible to beat the expert AI. So it's really fun to like try and grind that out, like try and beat the expert AI every time. It's fun. It's fun like a high stakes situation. It's fun in Rocket Rascals trying to win. I think this is an A tier. Trash Landing. It's not trash, but it's also not very good. It's partially luck based. I like partially luck based mini games because like you at least like some skill mechanic, but like it's so easy to tie this mini game and be left exactly where you started. So I just think it's C tier. Twist and Route is a better version of Soil Toil because you don't have to coordinate with a fucking partner. You're all by yourself. So I think this is a good mini game. Is it B or A? It's B tier. It's not like quite as good. It's not quite like as like elite as the rest, but it's also pretty good. Rail Riders is another mini game where on the expert level it's literally impossible. I swear to God, they fucking programmed it like to like match with like Usain Bolt on steroids before like a fucking Olympic run. That's probably like who they fucking got to like play test this mini game. But it's still fun, especially with human players. And you know who plays with AI? What fucking dumbass loser plays with AI? Um, Big Blowout is another blowjob mini game. It's not exactly just like pure blowing. You get like little breaks. It's like Like filter feeding. That's what it is. Like SpongeBob filter feeding. And I don't know. It's not like remarkable. It's forgettable, especially if you play on no mic, which a lot of people do. Because it's important to mention that the DS mic was not very like durable. It has the durability of like a fucking Joy-Con. Like that thing broke like it had an agenda. So a lot of people play with no mic, and there's a reason that there was a no mic option in the first place because mics fuck those they knew those mics fucking break. And that's not to take away from this minigame. This minigame had nothing to do with that. So it's a B tier. And it's big blowout, so it alliterates with B. So cool. Wompathon, it's a classic. Survive while you're getting your dick crushed. That's always a fun minigame. I love getting my dick crushed. But other than that, that's all of it. So S tier, we got all geared. Actually, I'm not gonna read all of them. Thank you all for watching. We made a tier list today. Screenshot this, send it to your mom. Say, hey, what do you think of this Mario Party DS tier list? And she'll be like, wow, I wish I didn't have you as a son or daughter or non-binary child because this fucking tier list is perfect. So I'll see you later. Bye bye.